Welcome to the Learn to Sew Academy channel. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you.
I'm going to do a circular sleeve, a gathered circular sleeve, and I'm going to be using this fabric. So you just need to measure your armhole, and over here we have 10.5, that will be 21. Now depending on how much gathers you want, you can add anything from 3 inches and up. So for this particular case, I'm going to be adding 7 inches because I want it to have full gathers. So that plus my 21 will give me 28. So that is what I'm going to be dividing by 6.28. That is how you cut your circular sleeve. If you want a continuous circle, you divide your circumference by 6.28. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. And when I divide that, I arrived at 4.46. So we approximate that to 4.5. Then for the length, I'm going to do a length of 10 inches. My circumference is 4.5. Like we determined, I have 4.5 for my circumference. So I just want to make sure I have enough. So that 10 inches plus the 4.5, that's 14.5. So whatever I have here should be enough for that. So I have 15.5, which is okay. So I'm going to fold this again. I first folded this way and then I'm folding this way. So it's like doing an horizontal and a vertical fold together. That's how I like to call it. So when I do this fold too, I want to have that 14.5 at least, so that by the time I cut it, I will have enough. So what we're doing is from this tip right here, we're measuring the 4.5, which is what we determined to be a circumference. So that is where we are marking. That is why we have all this shock mark from the tip right there. We keep marking that all the way down to this end, and then we want to join all of that together to form like an arc right there. And then we'll now measure for our 10.5 inches that we, no, our 10 inches, it was 10 inches. So you can either start marking from where you've drawn your mark right here for the circumference, for the radius, sorry. This is the radius that we did here. Sorry about that. So this is the radius, so you can either mark it from that point of the radius, or you can start from this tip again and measure your 14.5. That is your 10, the length of your sleeve, which is 10, plus what your radius was. So I'm going to be measuring it from that tip because it will just be more accurate that way. So I'm going to be measuring 14.5 all across. And we want to connect these lines. So now we cut this out. Now the first sleeve is done. We're going to do the second sleeve. And since we already have this folded, I'm just going to go ahead and fold it in like so. So we're just going to place what we have here over here. When you do so, you make sure that the folded end matches the folded end, the open end matches the open end of your fabric, and you just want to place it on top of that. So you can either use your marker to draw the line to mark it like so, or you can just use your scissors to just cut it directly, whichever way. So whatever you do will work. You can just cut it while you still have this first fabric on top of it, or you can remove it and just follow the markings, whichever one you do will work. And that is a sleeve. So this is what we have. So you run gathers around this inner circumference and you draw the gathers. You want to make sure that it aligns with your armhole, that what you have after you do your gathers, you want to make sure that it tallies and ties to the armhole like so. So the next thing will be, when it ties to the armhole, the next thing is you want to pin it down to the armhole like this. And next we'll go to the sewing machine and we'll sew it all across. So I'm going to start to sew the gathered circle sleeve to the body of the dress. As we go along, we want to make sure that our gathers are still in place. It's better to start sewing it from the plain side as opposed to doing it from the gathered side, because that helps to keep your gathers in place and not get them going out of line. So the plain side helps to keep the gathers the way you have drawn it. But again, as you do this, you want to make sure that the gathers are not folded in. You want to make sure that they are well laid out. So that you don't have an overlapping fabric after you've gone through sewing everything. So that's why you want to be checking to make sure the edges are well laid out. You pull the edges up to match with the dress fabric. And we remove the pins as we go along. At this stage, you don't want to pull, your gathers. You just want it to lay the same way you have gathered them. So you're not pulling anything. I'm working on the other side, and again we just need to align the gathered sleeve with the armhole and just put some pins to hold it together. Starting from the armpit area again, we go around, sewing the gathered sleeve to the armhole, and we sew it all across until we come back to the armpit area, removing the pins as we go along. And as you get to the end of this armpit area, you just lock it in place with a backstitch. The final thing to do with your circle sleeves is just to hem the edges. You can either turn it in and sew it, or you can just use a bias tape. Thanks for joining us in this video. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please remember to do so by clicking on the subscribe button. And don't forget to click on the bell icon so you can get notifications when we load new videos. If this video has been helpful to you, please remember to give it a thumbs up and please share our videos. Thank you.